Welcome back, Truth Seeker. I want to show you something very suspicious about Kathy Lester, the brand new police chief of Sacramento, who was just sworn in at the Golden One Center on March 17th of this year, meaning the mass shooting, the worst in Sacramento history, came on her 18th day of being the 46th chief of police for the city. And again, the mass shooting was right next to where she was sworn in, where she took her oath. And again, that shooting right next to the Golden One Center, Sacramento City Hall, and the California State Capitol. And if you've missed the 3 videos I've put out on this prior, make sure you check them out. But again, you have to learn the simple code of letters and numbers that the Jesuits, who control the governments of this nation, operate by every single day. Notice in this code, Kathy Lester equals 144, and when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, 153 like Jesuit order. Now, with regards to her being the 46th chief of police and being sworn in Thursday, March 17th of this year, that means the shooting came April 3rd, her 18th day of being in office, on a Sunday, where the Jesuit Order's logo is the sun with the letters IHS inside. And notice, in Gematria, IHS equals 18 forwards and backwards, sun equals 18, and Catholic equals 46. Of course, the Jesuits serve the Catholic Church. Forwards and backwards, Thursday, named after Jupiter, which the Catholic Church venerates. Forwards and backwards, Thursday is 35 and 46, just like Catholic. Think of JFK number 35, whose life ended 144 days after meeting with the Pope at age 46. Think of Joe Biden, where at Jesuit Georgetown they simulated him winning the election on June 12th, 2020, 144 days before the election, where he became number 46, exactly 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday, and was inaugurated on the Pope's 35th day of his age. But just think about it. The 46th chief of police on her 18th day of being in office, whose name overlaps with Jesuit order. This just so happens to unfold the way it does. And as I've showed in the prior videos, the church shooting in Sacramento was synced with the Pope and the leader of the Jesuits, the Superior General, as was yesterday's shooting on April 3rd. And again, the purpose of this is so that people can understand their government has been hijacked by the Jesuits and the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church has always been about controlling humanity. When you undermine people's rights and liberties, when you take away their right to protect themselves, when you make it so that they have to live in a surveillance state where Big Brother can keep tabs on them day after day, it allows for greater control over us, we the people, humanity, and that's what's being done, one scare story after the next, by these sold-out government officials who take oaths, who put their hands on Bibles, and it doesn't mean anything to them other than they've secured a position of authority, they've secured a big paycheck, and they don't give two shits about what's right in this world. And I did just try to call this police department, but there's no way to connect with anybody, as you just saw. You know, you can't even actually get through to the police department, and then you got to wait on hold forever. But we also did just leave a message at the mayor's office, who this whole ritual synced up with. Just so happens to be the 56th mayor when Society of Jesus equals 56, like Gavin Newsom, the Jesuit governor, who this is all synced up with as well. But, yeah, unbelievable. On her 18th day on a Sunday, and keep in mind, it wasn't just any Sunday, it was the 93rd day of the year. And how far away do they say the sun is? 93 million miles. Those 3 nails in the logo, those represent triclavianism, which equals 93. Go back and look in 2012. They said Jesus' date of crucifixion was April 3rd, the 93rd day of the year. Triclavianism, the way he was crucified by the Romans. Of course, in Gematria, God's Son, Crucifix, Nazareth, they're all 93 as well. Again, it's all biblical, it's all Jesuit, it's all Catholic. And the only people who are denying this are people who are ignorant and suffer from cognitive dissonance, and who apparently like getting fucked in their ass by the government. And just to emphasize that point, again, if you think that was crude, let me remind you. Let me remind you what the federal government did on the 54th day of the year, approving 54 different sizes of anal condoms. And this came at the word of Courtney Lias, whose name is just like Jesuit order. Remember the shooting ritual in Sacramento comes while Gavin Newsom's 54 years old. Of course, John Carroll, whose name equals 54, established the first Jesuit university, Georgetown, while he was 54 years old. But again, 54 sizes of anal condoms, courtesy of Courtney Elias on the 54th day of the year. And apparently the FDA's procedure for approving these 54 different condoms was having 252 men ages 18 to 54 have sex with each other. And the 252 was not an arbitrary number. It was straight from the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah 252. So again, if you can't see that you're being made fun of from the East Coast to the West Coast, from your federal government to your state government to your local city government, well, I honestly don't know what to say. So we'll leave it there for now, and until next time.